This is a DCH263 rotary hammer by DeWalt. I recently purchased this rotary hammer in a combo kit from DeWalt, which included a 5 amp 18 volt battery, the DCB115 charger for the battery, and also the storage/travel case which fits everything in it securely. Also in the box what you have is a depth rod which you can easily slide in onto this handle here and just set it to adjust how deep you want to go. I'm really happy with this purchase. I've been using this tool on and off for a few weeks, using it to chisel, to drill through concrete, using it for all of its functions to get a really good in-depth analysis on how much I like this rotary hammer, and now I can make a video for you guys telling you guys all the good and bads about it. First thing I'm going to mention is that this rotary hammer is part of DeWalt's Perform Protect range, and that means this range of tools has been built to protect the user, make it as comfortable, as easy to use as possible, while also being a damn good powerful tool. I'll start with a few ways that they've made this tool good to protect the person, and the first thing is they've got this active vibration control connecting the handle to the actual body, the motor of the rotary hammer. And as you can see there, it's got a bit of a spring, so it pushes back and forth. And when you're using it, you don't push down, you don't hold down on the active vibration control. You let it be free, you don't push any pressure down there. And you can still push the pressure down into the rotary hammer, and that stops most of the vibration that you get from any other rotary hammers. And that's awesome when I'm using it for a long day. I don't get as much of a sore arm afterwards. And complementing that factor is that this thing is damn light as well. Excluding the battery, it weighs 2.7 kilograms. Slide the 5 amp battery on and it's weighing just a little bit over 3 kilograms. That's super light and easy. You're going to love it if you're using that rotary hammer above your head or you're holding it up. Even just walking around with it, it's super light. It's one of the lightest rotary hammers I've actually ever felt. It's also compatible with one of DeWalt's dust extractors. The link for that tool is down in my description. I don't have that dust extractor to show you how it clips on, but it's just another additional factor that DeWalt have included, that you can connect it on, remove the dust when you're hammer drilling, and it will protect the user a little bit more. Talking about performance, this provides 3 joules of power. You've got 1,165 RPM. That's the amount of times your drill bit can spin around in a minute. There are a couple rotary hammers from DeWalt which do allow a bit more performance than this. It's got a heavier price tag. This one cost $560, including the box, the battery, and the charger. You're looking at around $350 just for the DCH263 skin by itself. I reckon that's an awesome price. That's a perfect price I want to pay for a high performance, user-friendly rotary hammer that's cordless without getting something that is exceptionally extreme and spending close to $1,000. Some of the hardware features on this rotary hammer include this LED light up light right at the bottom here that shines perfectly onto your work area. It lasts for 20 seconds since the last time you pressed the trigger, and just to light it up, you press the trigger. If you're holding down the trigger, you're drilling, that light is going to stay on the entire time. You got the front handhold which you can twist easily to swivel around in a 360 degrees, which suits a right-handed user and also a left-handed user just as comfortably. As you can see, the spacings between the handholds are a little bit further apart. The handholds are a elbow's distance apart, which is great when you're really pushing forward, you're trying to get that power into what you're doing. But if you're holding this tool a little bit more relaxed, maybe chiseling, etc., you've always got that outstanded reach at all times, which I feel makes my arms a little bit tired. Even though it's such a light rotary hammer, I feel like the thinner ones, which aren't as long, and your hands are slightly closer together, they are a little easier to operate. In contrary, if you are doing what the manual says do not do, I do not recommend this either. But if you're drilling a hole in the ground and you're just holding 2 hands just on where the trigger is and not holding this bottom handle, firstly, the manual says don't do it. Secondly, I say don't do it. It can easily jam and spin around, causing a severe injury. But sometimes, I will admit, I have done it before. Drilling small 6mm holes, I'll just be lazy and just lean down on the rotary hammer and just bring it up and down, holding it by the rear of the drill. It's got its 3 modes of operation. You've got your chisel mode, where you can use put a chisel bit on and just remove up old bits of concrete, rocks, etc. You have your hammer drill mode, which obviously drills it while hammering at the same time to get through concrete. And you've also just got a drill mode, just to spin the drill bit around and drill into timber. It's also a very quiet rotary hammer. I was using this at the same time as one of my buddies was using another cordless rotary hammer. A similar price model. It doesn't have the Perform Protect range though. This can drill up to 28mm, but its optimal range goes from 6mm to 90mm. That means it's recommended to stay between those ranges. If you're doing a lot of drilling, I bet you can go up to 28mm drill bits. When I bought this in Australia, it does include a 3-year warranty, which covers all of the just flaws with the product. If the engine blows up, if it breaks without any misuse and mistreatment, that will fix it for you or replace it for you. Keep in mind that you don't want to be knocking it around, damaging it, showing some mistreatment, because then they might knock back the warranty. Obviously, you want to look after your tool, you spend a bit of money on it. In terms of maintenance, you don't need to service it, no oil, no lubricants. What you do need to do though is always check the end of where you put your drill bits in, and if that's collecting up with some dust, some dirt, they recommend you just to go in, give it a blow and try to get all that dirt out. If you've got a air compressor nearby, maybe get that in there, give it a nice clean. You don't want to get a build up of dust in where you put the drill bits, and also in where the fan is for the motor. Just give them both a blow when you're done working. If you're going through concrete slabs, you're going to get a lot of dust coming up, so that's just the only thing you need to worry about in terms of maintenance. It's got a hole here for a screw to go through, and that is so you can put a belt hook on this tool, a rafter hook on this tool. If you're using it and you just need to hook it up onto a rafter or your nail belt, which the manual does indicate it does not want you to do. You shouldn't be hooking tools onto your nail belt by the manual. I don't know a single person that wouldn't do that though, if I'm being honest. It does not come with the rafter hook included, but you can buy that as an add-on feature and chuck it in there. It's got the nice little slot there if you want it. I do think this tool really does serve its purpose on being such a user-friendly, high-performance rotary hammer. As I did indicate, there are better rotary hammers out there in terms of performance, but for the user-friendliness and the high performance, this is a go-to. I'm extremely happy with this. It's a lightweight, easy to use tool. The only thing that I've brought up that I'm not as happy about is just the awkward space in between how you hold it. That's my personal opinion. I reckon there'll be people out there that love that aspect more than the other ones. Buy yourself one of these rotary hammers if you're going to be doing a lot of hammer drilling, and your body will be thanking you later. Thanks for watching this review. I'll catch you guys next time.